Hi, all my dear students. I'm Amit Ajmani, your coach, your mentor, your teacher for English, and I welcome you all to Sri Joendra Rank Zone Classes, a platform which provides you with the insight for better learning, for better understanding, and for improvement. And in this process of learning and improving, I am always with you. So let us continue with where we have left our previous topic. Let us try to take another type of formal business letter. But before taking up those letters, let me ask you a very simple question which I want you to answer very honestly. We have already taken a few sessions. In the first session, we took up the formats of all the business letters. Next session, we discussed about the letters for writing the order placements, placing orders with different companies regarding different products. After that, once the order has been placed, there are two options. Number one, the order has not yet been received. So we had a problem with that. Or we received the order and there were some defects or some lapse which we actually wanted the different way and we received it a different way. So we took up the letter of complaints. In today's session, we'll be taking up the replies to letters of complaints, and my question still remains the same. Who among you all have actually read, mark the important points, and written the letter on your own? If yes is your answer, very good. It's really nice to know to see that you people are actually working the way I want my students to work. But if the answer is no, then it is a cause of concern, because we have already been through with two topics. In today's session, we'll be taking up third topic and you are still to do it. So now you are creating burden on yourself. You are keeping your work pending, which is accumulating. And if you think that on one Sunday, one good afternoon, we will just sit back and for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, we'll work out directly. No, that is a wrong approach. It's better that you have your meals 3 times a day on a regular basis rather than skipping the meals for 5 days, and now you expect that on the sixth day you can eat the whole of the material that you left for the past 5 days. It is not possible. You will not be able to eat it, and even if you forcibly do, it is going to cause you indigestion. The same is the case with studies. If you are studying regularly, consistently, day by day topics you are doing, it will be very nice. You will see lot of improvement in you. But if you are not doing it, you need to change your methodology. You need to manage your time. So, no more lectures on that particular topic. You are big enough to understand the seriousness, the sincerity, the importance of these two terms. So, let us work out with the next type of letter. Now, in the previous letters, we talked about the fact that whenever there is some business deal, business transaction going on between a purchaser, a buyer, and a seller, there are times when there are certain problems that creep up. There are times when the customers are dissatisfied and they write a letter of complaint. In the previous session, we were the buyers who were complaining to a company from where we have actually taken or purchased the product or we have placed the order. Now, in this session, we will be the company. Now, we have received a letter of complaint from one of our customers who is not satisfied because of any particular reason, now we need to reply to that letter of complaint. Why? Because once we receive, any company receives any complaint regarding its goods or products or services, it becomes must, it becomes mandatory to reply. Reason is we need to satisfy our customers because we want to retain them. We don't want to lose them. We don't want them to go to different particular our competitors because we will lose the business, and we also want to maintain our goodwill, because once there is any complaint and we have not listened to the customer, we have not responded, he is going to spoil our image, our reputation, our name, our fame in the market, saying that ours is a very bad company. We don't listen to the customers, we are not bothered, we do not provide any kind of customer service after sales. So this is a negativity that goes in the minds of the people, and we know that nowadays it has been a cutthroat competition. Any item, any product, anything you name, you have got so many companies manufacturing them, selling them. So in that case, it is very important that customer service should be given, because it helps in developing our brand and the brand loyalty. And while we are writing, we need to be very specific. Why? Because customers do not accept vague responses to their complaints. If they feel that we are not serious about their complaints, if they feel, they perceive that their complaints are being brushed off, they will run away, because there are so many other people offering the same thing. So it is very important to be very specific and very much clear while we are responding to the letters of complaints that we receive from our unsatisfied customers. So if we have to be very specific and very clear, so let us discuss about the various points to remember while writing such kind of letters. Replying to the complaint letters, first of all, we need to be specific in the customer's order, and straight away we need to apologize for the inconvenience that has been caused to the customer because of our lapse, because of our weakness, because of our fault, our mistake. It may be any reason, or maybe there are certain times when it is not our fault. The product, it's a technical electric or electronic item, it may get damaged at times, it may have some problem in their working, but still customer is the god. We want repeated businesses from our customers, so we need to straight away apologize in front of them. Then we need to acknowledge, we need to accept any kind of error that occurred on our part, and we need to give the reason for that particular problem in order to convince the customer that there was some genuine reason behind it. Even though there was not, but the customer feels satisfied once he gets to know that at least you responded. That is the most important part. Then we will address very clearly and very specifically the problems and the issues which the customer has raised. Then we have to explain to the customer what exactly our plan of action is. What are the various steps either we are planning to take or we have already taken in order to resolve the problem of the customer. We need to specify it to him, and we need to provide some extra favor to compensate and to lure, to attract our customers, so that even he should feel that yes, we are making for our lapse, we are compensating for our any kind of error, mistake that we committed, or we actually regard, we respect him, we actually value him, and we are also regretful and we are also pained if he is having any kind of inconvenience because of us. So this is what we need to give. We need to give importance to the customer. We need to thank him for his patronage, for his loyalty, for his association with us. And we need to assure him that he is not going to experience any kind of such problem in future. Somewhere, somehow, we need to promise him. Why? Because our main endeavor is, our main effort is to gain his confidence. We want to retain him. That is what we need to try. And in order to retain him with us, in order to not to lose, we have to write this particular replies of complaints very, very, very concisely. How? Let us try to start up with the letter now. Same old story about the format first, because every formal letter we need to see the format. Format is first of all the self or the sender's address given in the question, or if not given, we already know how to deal with it, already being taught you so many times. Next we'll write this date after giving a space, and then the receiver's designation and the receiver's address. After that, a space and our subject. Subject will be quite simple: reply to complaint against the order number. Whatever order he has given to us, there is a particular number, specified number to it. You can write any number that we specified in the last session also. So reply to complaint against order number, whatever the order number you are writing. Space sir slash madam. Now, as always, our best part: memorizing, learning, understanding in advance, so that we don't have to do any kind of thinking in our exam. So, the startings, the first paragraph, what you are going to write in the first paragraph, there are two options I am giving to you. These options, read them, understand them, relate which one you find better, and circle it. Use it now, from now onwards, whenever you are giving to give reply to any of the letter of complaints, you are going to start with that fixed starting that you have chosen. Let us see. This is in regard to your order number, which has been specified in the subject, which you placed with our company on this particular date, comprising, what was the order all about? Various sports equipment. So this is basically the order. We are actually making the customer feel that we have actually seen each and every detail after he made a complaint to us, and now we know that this is his order number, this is the date on which he has just placed this order, and his order was regarding these kind of items, whether it is sports items or any kind of item that he has ordered to us. After that, first of all, our foremost responsibility is apologizing. We sincerely apologize to you for the delay in delivery of the products you ordered with us. If we have been delaying it for some reason or the other, first of all, we need to apologize. After that, later on, we'll try to justify ourselves, we'll try to give the reasons, we'll try to convince him. But the first thing is, we need to say that, yes, sir, you have made a complaint and we apologize if we have given you this opportunity to complain to us. Right? The second way of starting the first paragraph is, we sincerely regret any kind of inconvenience caused to you with reference to your order number this, placed by you with our firm dated this, comprising of sports materials. So once again, we are being regretful. Now, after reading these 2 points, you just don't have to select one. Initially, I said select one, but please make sure that you actually get the crux out of it. Comparing these two startings, what exactly you need to relate is what is important. In first paragraph, what are the various things which were common in both these points? First thing is the order number. Second thing is the date of placing the order. Third thing is what was the order all about. And fourth thing is the apology. These are the four things which are present in both the points. Let us see in the second point, regret, sincere, regretful. That is your apology. Then the order number, second thing. The date of placing the order, third thing. Comprising of sports material, fourth thing. So these are the four things required in the first paragraph. First of all, we need to relate the order number. We need to relate the date of placing the order by the customer. Next, we need to relate the actual product that he ordered, and we need to make an apology. So these are the four things that must be there in our starting first paragraph, right? So first paragraph done. Let us come to the second paragraph, the middle paragraph. Now in the middle paragraph, we are going to specify a lot many things. First thing, we will try to justify our position in the market. How out of these 2 points relate anyone and fix it. Our company's hallmarks are its quality and services by which we are known in the market. Our company has always been ahead of its peers, of its competitors. How we are ahead in providing best quality products and best of our services. So this is first thing that you want to just make sure that you enter these particular details in the minds of the customer, that we are a very good company. We have always been the best in the market. We have always been very sincere, and our market reputation is just because of our quality and the services that we provide. So if you are so good, what exactly happened this time? Because you are writing this letter to such a customer who is actually complaining to you. And that is what you need to tell him. In these points, once again, you have to choose any one. You have to give a valid reason that why you actually faltered this time, why it was so that you were not able to keep up that goodwill, you were not able to act as per what your level is. So how we are going to mention? Any of the reasons you can say. But unfortunately, due to problems with supply with the manufacturers and this inconvenience has been caused to you. So we are not the manufacturers. We are just providing you the products that you ordered. The manufacturers are somebody else, and it is because of them. Because we are in between. From the manufacturer, we will just provide these items to our customer. We are a channel. So if we are not getting the goods from the manufacturer, how can we give it to the customer? So this is something that you direct your actual fault to the manufacturer's fault, right? Another way of writing is, but unfortunately, due to a fire in one of our plants, our production was hindered. It was stumbled, it was blocked, causing this inconvenience to you. So this is also a genuine problem. there was an accident in your one of the plants in your factory, and there was a fire in it. So obviously the production was actually stopped for some time, or it was not full scale production, because of which you were not able to make the products of this particular customer on time. That is why you are delayed. Another reason may be, but we are flooded with a large number of unexpected orders this month, leading to this delay that we never expected. But because of certain peak timings, we have received so many orders that with the limited time and the limited manpower, it is getting delayed. So you have to write any one reason out of these three, right? Just choose whatever you feel best, whether you want to just put this particular plant on fire, or you want to emphasize on the fact that you have got so many orders, or you simply just safeguard yourself and just direct all the blame to the manufacturer, right? Now you need to tell the customer what effort have you made. So once again, these 2 points, we have to choose one among them. We are trying our best to minimize the delay as much as possible to reduce your trouble. Or we have already made provisions. We have already made a lot many changes to keep the orders on track, to avoid any further inconvenience to our valued customers like you. This is not your, this is our. To our valued customers like you. So we have already made provisions. We don't want any further inconvenience to our important customers, nice customers like you. Now you are actually giving importance to the customer. One point out of these two: you have been a loyal and supportive client of our company for years. For so many years, we have been dealing with you. We have worked together. You have given us so many orders. We have fulfilled so many orders. And we are grateful to you for your kind support in our thick and thins. Whenever we are having any kind of problem, whenever it was some unavoidable, unfavorable circumstance, you have always supported us, and we are grateful for that. Right? This is something like you are pampering the customer. Right? Another way of pampering is we appreciate and value your long association with us. That for such a long time you have been associated with us, and expect your cooperation in these unfavorable testing times. These times are unfavorable, they are not in our favor, they are against us. These are testing times, which is testing our stamina, our potential, our hard work. So in such timings, when we are already facing opposition because of the unfavorable conditions, we expect that you will cooperate, because you have been with a very long time, you have been associated with us. So out of these two lines, you need to write one. Next, you need to give the assurance to the customer. So we assure you that your shipment will be delivered before December 20th 20XX. Why we have written December 20th? We need to apply some common sense here. In the first paragraph, we specified that the order was placed on 1st of December. That means we are assuming that the order must have been delayed by some time. So it was supposed to be delivered in another 4, 5, 10 days. But now it is already been 15 days. That is why the customer is complaining. And we require another 4, 5 days of time. So you can write 20, 25, anything. So this is the assurance you are providing to the customer that your shipment, your consignment, your order, we are going to just dispatch it before this particular date. And very importantly, as a small token of honor, and as a mark of apology. We actually are regretting, and because you have cooperated and still we want you to cooperate with us till December 20th, till we are actually able to deliver you the goods. So we respect that kind of favor that you are doing, and for that we offer you 10% additional discount on your next purchase order with us. So this is a way to favor the customer, to retain them, to attract them, so that he is attracted, he is lured to give us the next order. Why? Because this time he is trapped, he has given us the order, we have not fulfilled it, so he has no other option rather than to wait for another 5-10 days by the time we are going to give him his products. But maybe he has been resolved in his mind. He has committed himself that he is not going to deal with us in future. He is so frustrated. People are at times. So we are offering him another bait, another lucrate, another very attractive offer, so that the next time, even though he was not planning to take the goods from us, because of this delay this time, because of his irritation, his frustration, because he is angry. But now, if we are offering him additional 10% discount, now he have to think it twice. Now this 10% discount will attract him, will force him to come to us. Got it? So these are all business tactics that we need to follow. So this was the second paragraph. After that, we'll come to our third paragraph, which is our ending. And what I'm going to write, I'm just giving you one option. I want you people to, every one of you, to write this option only, because this is totally relevant, concise, precise, accurate, to the point. Once again, we deeply apologize to you for the inconvenience caused and would like to thank you for bearing up with us, with coping up with us. We are favoring unfavorable time. You are having lot of inconvenience. Still you are supporting us. Still you are with us. We appreciate. We would like to thank you. And once again, a kind of assurance. We assure you the best of our services in future. That you are not going to face any kind of such problem in future. So this is our ending. After that, we all also know that always we are going to just thank, because it is a formal letter, and then yours sincerely, the name that is being given in the question, otherwise any non-specific name, and our designation. Few things you already know, just in order to brush up, thanking you with Y small, no comma after that, yours sincerely, no apostrophe S, sincerely with S small, we have to write this E, once again no comma after this. So this is our replies to the letter of complaints. Simple. Understood everything? If not, we are brushing it up again, revising it up again, try to understand it now. First of all, we just saw the basic, what exactly is meant by the replies to letter of complaints, why they are so important, why our customers, we need their support, we need to retain them, and they are so important. So we need to remember these points. We have to specify the customer's order as per his order, the date and the content of his order. We need to apologize for the inconvenience caused to the customer. We need to acknowledge any kind of error that occurred on our part, and we have to justify ourselves, giving the reason, the genuine logical reason behind the delay or behind this inconvenience caused. Then we will specifically and very clearly address the problems and the issue brought up by the customer. We'll explain to the customer what is our exact plan of action in future, our would be action or any kind of step that we have already taken, because even we are aware that we are delaying, even we are aware that our customer will be having inconvenience, even we are concerned about our customers, even we feel bad that we are delaying the order because we don't do it normally. This is what we want to convey, that otherwise we are very quick and very punctual in our orders, giving no problem or inconvenience to our customers. Then we will pamper our customer by giving importance to him so that he feels valued, he feels significant, and we will offer him some kind of reward or favor in order to compensate for our mistake, in order to attract the customer so that he should come, he must come the next time also. Because of this particular problem which happened this time, we should not lose our customers, right? Then after keeping these points in view, we just started up with the letter, self-address, date, receiver designation and address, then subject. Before that, you already know, I am assuming that. Subject, reply to complaint against order number this. Dear sir or sir slash ma'am, the first paragraph, once again, we are specifying the order number, we are specifying the date of order, we are apologizing to the customer whether it is our fault or not, and if, provided if we are given this particular opportunity, then in that case we will make sure that we indirectly relate to the customer that of course even we feel bad about the inconvenience caused to him. Now after writing the first paragraph, we came to the second middle paragraph, the body of the letter. In that case, we have, I've given the gaps, I've given the spaces so that you may actually relate that what exactly is the difference between the first 2 points and the next 3 points, and how you have to choose between which points you have to choose. Firstly, we just emphasize our company's goodwill, our company's reputation. Then we actually gave the reason why we were not able to fulfill this particular order because of which the customer has to complain. Then in that case, we have to tell that what are the various steps we have taken. Next, we are pampering the customer by writing either of these two lines. Any one point will be writing. Same above also, any one point above in the two. Then we'll assure him, we'll let him know as to when exactly we are planning to send him his order, and we will give him a bait, we will give him a favor in order to make him come back to us. After doing it, the ending, the third paragraph, that once again apologizing for the fact. Second thing, thanking him for being such a valued customer, a supportive customer. And third thing, an assurance that from now onwards, these kind of things are never ever going to happen in future. Then the complimentary clause, thanking you, yours truly or yours sincerely, whatever you want to write, the name and your designation. So this is our letter of replies to the letters of complaints. Understood everything? I hope it is all crystal clear. And as always, in the end of the lecture, I will always and again repeat the same thing. Understood? Very good. But after 15 days, nil. After 15 days, all data deleted from your hard disk. Right? So it's better you copy it somewhere else. And where you are going to copy it? In your registers. When you are going to do it? Earliest possible, before your next session, maximum within 2 days of your actual class, you should be through and thorough with the work done in the class. And make sure should not be just reading, it should not be just reading or understanding, but it should be application, it should be learning which should be involved. Got it? So every class you are, I think, now habitual. For the past few classes you have been with me, so you are now habitual that after the end of the topic, this is the thing that you are going to listen from me in each and every class, because this is the most important part. It doesn't make any difference how well I teach or how well you understand. The only thing is how well you gain, and the only way you will gain is you need to practice it. You want to learn swimming, you are just standing outside asking me, sir, coach, you tell me how to swim, and you're not willing to jump into the water. A very old example given so many times to you by so many people, but this is a fact. I can tell you how to swim, how to move your arms, how to move your legs, but if you do not get into the water, if you are standing outside the pool or the any water body and you are just moving your hands and legs in air, and if you feel that once in water you'll be able to do it, sorry sir, sorry ma'am, you are mistaken. You will be drowned. You will sink. You will be gone. So don't be so overconfident or casual in your approach. And if not done till now, make sure that you compensate for your early work also, the previous work also. Try to put in some extra effort, because no pain, no gain. You want to gain something, you have to work hard for it. There are no free lunches. You know that. Nothing is offered free. Without effort, if you feel like, if you want that you can get successful, no. So with these words, I wind up with this session, and I really expect that my words will make some difference in your attitude, and you are going to start working seriously, sincerely, for yourself only. It is for you only, right? Let's hope that things change, your attitude change, and if you are doing it, very nice. I would like to compliment those people. I would like to appreciate those students who are working side by side, who are learning side by side. So we'll meet you in the next session. Till then, take care of yourself, enjoy, study hard, and thank you so much for being a part of this session.